This is Mr. Eugene, and today we're addressing something that keeps men confused for years, the critical element women consistently omit. What am I referencing? I'm referencing women's responses when asked what they seek in a partner. I've absorbed countless versions of these answers throughout my life, and how do they typically present? They want someone compassionate, someone who generates feelings of security, someone emotionally present, someone interested in building a family, someone truthful and devoted and committed, and so on. Setting aside the reality that, and becomes costly, this all registers as sensible enough, correct? However, it emerges that this response genuinely disrupts men's understanding. But before I support that assertion, take a moment to engage with this content. Less than a second investment, costs you nothing, might even burn a calorie doing it. So complete the action. The reality is there's a significant element women consistently exclude when addressing this question. And this exclusion genuinely confuses men. Because if you're a man absorbing this answer genuinely, you might conclude, well, I'm devoted and I'm compassionate and I'm truthful and I desire a family. Aren't I what women seek? And naturally, these men typically are not what women seek because they're the ones inquiring what women seek. However, they could be accurate about all the other elements. They could actually embody the characteristics listed by these women. So what's the problem? Here's the element women exclude, the element that's genuinely essential for men to grasp. Women do desire all of those elements, but they desire them from the men they're already drawn to. Sounds self-evident, but the inclusion fundamentally alters everything. Women are not cataloging the elements that generate their attraction to certain men over others. They are cataloging the standards that drive them to select certain attractive men and not other attractive men. They presume attraction exists and perhaps consider it socially inappropriate to express so directly, but there it exists. And this comprehension carries two genuinely significant implications. First, it should emphasize that female attraction isn't founded on the elements women explicitly catalog as standards in partner selection. Remember, they desire these elements from men they're already drawn to, which indicates the attraction materializes first before they understand whether the men in consideration possess these desired characteristics. Nearly every woman has engaged in a physical relationship with, at minimum, one man who has not been devoted or compassionate or emotionally present or family-focused or any of the elements they assert they're seeking, because they made the choice founded on their attraction, which rationally could not be founded on characteristics that were absent. And here's the second implication. Men, with this comprehension, your primary objective should be to become attractive, to become a man that women are drawn to. That's how you gain entry, and the positive information, genuinely positive information, is that most of the elements that actually connect to female attraction are elements you can acquire and cultivate. These are elements like being physically conditioned, understanding how to present yourself, acquiring the skill of engaging conversation, selecting a life direction, achieving accomplishment, and developing some interpersonal expertise. These are elements women respond to, and these are also all capabilities you can acquire, and they all benefit you directly with the secondary benefit of making you more attractive to women. So what's the delay, gentlemen? Let me expand on why this matters so profoundly, because understanding this gap between what women say and what women respond to is the difference between spending years confused and frustrated versus actually succeeding with women. When women list their criteria kind, honest, loyal, supportive, family-oriented, they're describing maintenance requirements, not attraction triggers. These are the qualities that keep a woman invested once she's already attracted. They're not the qualities that generate attraction initially. Think of it like a job posting. The listed requirements, punctual, team player, detail-oriented, those aren't what get you the interview. Those are what keep you employed once you're hired. What gets you the interview? Your resume demonstrating competence, your connections, your presentation, your perceived value in the marketplace. Female attraction operates identically. The listed criteria aren't generating the initial pull. They're filtering among men she's already interested in based on factors she's not articulating, possibly because she's not fully conscious of them, possibly because stating them explicitly sounds shallow or socially unacceptable. What actually generates female attraction? Status, physical presence, confidence, social proof, resources, dominance in your domain, the ability to hold frame under pressure, preselection by other women, outcome independence. These are the actual attraction triggers. These are what get you in the door. But women don't list these when asked what they're looking for. Why? Several reasons. First, many women aren't consciously aware that these factors drive their attraction. They experience the attraction but don't analyze its origins. They just know they feel drawn to certain men and not others. Second, stating these factors explicitly sounds mercenary or shallow. I'm attracted to status and resources and dominance doesn't sound as palatable as I want someone kind and honest. So women learn to express their preferences in socially acceptable terms that obscure the actual drivers. Third, women are describing their conscious preferences, not their unconscious responses. Consciously, they want all those maintenance qualities. Unconsciously, their attraction responds to completely different signals. The disconnect between conscious preference and unconscious response creates the confusion. Here's how this plays out practically. A woman says she wants someone kind, honest, and emotionally supportive. An average guy who actually is kind, honest, and emotionally supportive approaches her. She's not interested. Why? Because he didn't trigger attraction first. Meanwhile, a guy who's physically fit, socially dominant, financially successful, and displays outcome independence approaches the same woman. He might not even be particularly kind or emotionally supportive initially. She's immediately interested. Why? Because he triggered attraction. Now, once she's attracted, those maintenance qualities become the filter. If the attractive guy is also kind, loyal, and supportive, she'll pursue a relationship. If he's attractive but treats her poorly, she'll still sleep with him but won't commit. If he's both attractive and possesses the maintenance qualities, she'll lock him down as quickly as possible. The average guy who led with kindness and emotional support, he never even got evaluated on those terms because he didn't generate attraction first. He brought maintenance qualities to a woman who wasn't attracted, which is like showing up to a job interview with great references but no relevant skills. The references don't matter if you're not qualified for the position. This is what drives men insane. They see women consistently choosing men who don't possess the qualities women claim to want. They see women staying with men who treat them poorly, who aren't loyal, who aren't emotionally supportive. And they think, I'm all those things she says she wants. Why isn't she interested in me? The answer is brutal but clear, because attraction comes first, and you're not triggering it. So what actually triggers female attraction? Let's be specific, because understanding this changes everything. Physical fitness. Women respond to men who are in shape, who display physical capability, who demonstrate that they invest in their bodies. This isn't about being a bodybuilder. This is about not being overweight, having some muscle definition, carrying yourself with physical confidence, status, and success. Women respond to men who are winning in their domain, whatever that domain is. Professional success, business ownership, recognized expertise, social influence. Women are attracted to men other people respect and defer to, social dominance. Women respond to men who lead social interactions, who set the frame, who others follow. This is about being the guy others look to for direction, not the guy seeking validation from the group. Outcome independence. Women respond to men who don't need their approval, who have options, communicate through their behavior that this woman is not their only prospect. Scarcity repels. Abundance attracts. Confidence and frame. Women respond to men who know who they are, who don't apologize for their preferences, who maintain their reality even when challenged. This is about being unmovable in your core identity. Preselection. Women respond to men other women want. If you're visibly desired by other women, you become more attractive to all women. This is why men in relationships get more female attention than single men. These factors generate attraction, kindness, honesty, loyalty. These factors maintain attraction once it exists. The confusion comes from men leading with maintenance qualities and wondering why women aren't interested. Here's the good news, the genuinely positive information. All of these attraction triggers are developable. There are skills you can learn, attributes you can build, capabilities you can acquire. You can get in shape. That's discipline and consistency. You can build success. That's strategic focus and persistent effort. You can develop social dominance. That's practice and observation. You can cultivate outcome independence. That's abundance mentality and options creation. You can strengthen confidence and frame. That's self-knowledge and boundary enforcement. You can generate preselection. That's social proof building. None of these require being born with specific genetics or circumstances. They require commitment to development and willingness to do the work most men avoid. And here's the critical part. Developing these qualities benefits you directly. Getting in shape improves your health, energy, and longevity. Building success improves your financial security and life options. Developing social skills improves every area of your life. Cultivating confidence improves your decision-making and stress management. The attraction you generate from women is the secondary benefit. The primary benefit is becoming a more capable, effective, successful version of yourself. You're not doing this for women, you're doing this for you. The female attention is just the natural consequence of becoming a high-value man. So what's preventing you? What's the obstacle between where you are and where you need to be? For most men, it's one of three things. First, ignorance. They genuinely don't understand what generates female attraction, so they keep investing in the wrong qualities. This video solves that problem. Now you know. Second, comfort. Developing these qualities requires discomfort. Getting in shape hurts. Building success requires sacrifice. Developing social skills means risking rejection. Most men choose comfortable mediocrity over uncomfortable growth. Don't be most men. Third, belief that it's unfair or shouldn't be this way. Maybe it's unfair. Maybe it shouldn't be this way. Doesn't matter. This is how it is. You can spend your energy complaining about how things should be, or you can spend your energy adapting to how things are. Only one of those approaches produces results. So here's your path forward. Get physically fit. Not bodybuilder fit, just not overweight and showing some muscle definition. This alone will put you ahead of 70% of men. Build success in your domain. Whatever you do professionally or as your mission, become excellent at it. Be the guy people recognize as competent and successful in your field. Develop social skills. Learn to lead conversations, tell engaging stories, make people laugh, create memorable interactions. This is learnable through practice and observation. Cultivate outcome independence. Build options so no single woman represents your only prospect. When you have options, you stop acting desperate, which paradoxically makes you more attractive. Strengthen your frame. Know who you are, what you value, what you will and won't accept. Maintain that reality even when challenged. Women find unmovable men attractive. Generate social proof. Be seen with other women, even platonically. Have female friends. Demonstrate that women enjoy your company. This signals to other women that you're desirable. Do these things and female attraction follows naturally. You won't need to wonder what women want because you'll be what women want, at least initially. Then the maintenance qualities, kindness, loyalty, honesty, those become relevant for turning attraction into relationship. But without attraction first, those maintenance qualities are irrelevant. You're bringing solutions to problems that don't exist because the woman isn't interested in building anything with you. Generate attraction first. Everything else follows from there. If this clarified something you've been struggling to understand, if this explained patterns you've observed but couldn't articulate, engage with this content. Let other men benefit from this understanding. And follow for more truth about attraction dynamics that nobody else explains this directly. Someone needs to tell men what actually works instead of what sounds socially acceptable. And that's exactly what we do here.